You guys gotta listen to this little clip from Joe Rogan.
Q, what's going on, man? How's your night?
In the box. He's talking about his rabbit.
Snack in the box. Wait a minute. Q might be phishing you for your bitcoins. He's working for the FBI now. Whoa.
Well, what's up, Q?
Watch that little clip about Joe Rogan and his bunnies.
Q, when's your next day off work? I know you're working tomorrow.
Oh, I don't know. A few days anyway.
Well, you know, the guy in Vancouver, right?
Yeah, I know. Probably, hey, maybe that's my new handler.
Why are those rabbits going?
For anybody who thinks that's serious, it's a fucking meme.
Well,
Yeah, I think I've got stuff lined up till fucking Christmas.
Yeah, me too. But I mean, dude, I want to do these trips on the, you know.
We can. We'll just have to meet him at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock.
What, you get done each night at 6?
Before that.
I don't know what you're saying. Oh, okay.
Before
So you
6.
mean? Oh, okay, cool. So any night you want to do that, just let me know. So I'll stay in Vancouver rather than going back to the boot.
Yeah. Everybody watch the rabbits clip? That's fucking hilarious.
dude, he said those rabbits kick each other's ass all day.
I know, all day, every day. And then the way he described it is just fucking hilarious.
He said it's like UFC. They're like UFC.
He's like, it's two guys, they just come in here, they're like, fuck you, no, fuck you, ah.
Because they're boys, he said, yeah.
They're like all day, every day, nonstop, fucking 24 hours, like.
You wonder what they're thinking in their minds, those little fuckers, right? Since they can't fuck each other, they just fight all day and mess around.
It's kind of like me and Marty.
That's not true. We get plenty of monkeys.
That's not the part I was talking about. I was talking about acting like. Anyway.
All right. Settle down, young son. We'll call you young son from now on. Yo, you know Lynn, the cougar that's up the street from you? Yo, she's got a ton of rabbits in her backyard. You should get some, skin them, and eat them. Make pate. Or fight them on
Used to
webcams.
feed rabbits to her snake. They used to have pet rabbits as kids, and they get fed to the snake.
Wrecked.
Is this a euphemism for a menage a trois?
No, it's like a fucking when they were children, like little.
Were
kids,
you the rabbit?
Fucking,
were you
like
the
a
rabbit?
Big boa constrictor, anaconda, fucking snake or something.
Were you the rabbit, and was your girlfriend feeding you to the snake?
Oh yeah, that happened.
That'll do. It was Battery Girl, wasn't it? It was Battery Girl. She had an electric eel inside of her. So Q, what kind of sickness do you have? Like throat, neck, lung, fucking?
It's
Is
the
it a
same as a
tumor?
head. Like every cold I get is the same, but it's pretty rare. Like this is maybe the third cold in 10 years.
Yeah, right. Like, dude, I can't wait.
Rarely
As in,
ever
I
get
don't
sick,
want
but
to
when I
wait.
do, it starts
Yeah.
in my nose. Goes to my throat, goes to my stomach, goes to my lungs.
Yeah, the full trip.
It's like
Got
usually,
sick
and
this year, man.
it's like 1 or 2 days of head cold, and then a day of relief, and then chest after that, and then it's like drags on for the second wave, and then it's over.
But you never get no antibiotics or nothing, right? Like you just you power through it.
So I get antibiotics like living the lifestyle that I live.
Oh, that penicillin. That penicillin in the dick.
No, it's just I'm exposed to bacteria all the time.
No, that's mold.
Built to tolerance, you're saying, huh?
Yeah, it's
Like,
the natural antibodies. Yeah.
oh god.
Literally I've been sick 3 times and like 2 times in the last 2 years, and then like 1 time in the last 10 before that.
Yeah, same with me, man. I can't even remember the last time I had a full blown like cold. They suck. It's been years. When I get
Full
one, it
blown.
lasts for weeks.
Full blown cuck fashion.
I think honestly it came from like a meditative state one time. I was in this fucking zone where I felt like I was in a like higher level of consciousness, and like I wasn't even tripping. I was just meditating on the couch, and I felt like I could communicate with my dog through my mind. I tried doing that, and it didn't really work. And then I also tried to consciously decide that I wasn't going to be sick anymore. And literally, like before that point, I was sick a lot, like 2 or 3 times a year.
You activated something.
Yeah, I literally did. Like it made a change. I just as an experiment to see if it would actually do anything. I felt like it was possible, and I tried to do it, and it seemed to have worked to some point. Not perfectly, but
My ex, I didn't witness it, but my ex, this is my son's mom. She, not my ex wife, but anyway, is her brother, well, he passed away, but one time he was super high on LSD, and he was in the same state, she said, and she was too, and he was staring at this like glass vase or whatever, and he put all this in, and actually they say it shattered. I believe him because I believe her.
Reload, that's how they pawned off, how they damaged your expensive furniture.
Well, but I don't know. I'd have to see it to fully believe it. Supposedly, he told her that after that he was trying to do it. But who knows? She said it just shattered, like not like it just exploded, like a fucking weird.
Well, I told you guys my story one time about my vase story, shattering vase.
No, I haven't heard it.
You haven't heard it? Okay. So it was Mother's Day. I was like 10 years old, maybe. It was Mother's Day, and my mom didn't get off work till like 5 o'clock, and we got off school at 3, so I had like 2 hours after school, and I totally fucking forgot about Mother's Day. Like, I learned about it at school, and I was like, oh fuck, I didn't get nothing from my mom or anything, so I fucking went home, and I was like, okay, she had this like 3-wick candle, like a big fat thing that's like 8 inches, 10 inches around, big tall thing, and it's a big brick of fucking wax, and it's got 3 candles in it. Well, it was burned down. The candles were burned, but there was a ton of wax around the edge. It was in this big fucking like cheap, I don't know, glass vase, but it wasn't like good glass. It was like cheap fucking light glass. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, this I guess yeah.
It was like bubbly glass. There was like air bubbles in it and shit. Like it was. Anyways, it was cheap, right? Like Walmart fucking bullshit. So I fucking took that thing and I put the stove on 1, and I set that on the fucking stove and heated up the fucking glass, and it was melting, and I added a bunch of other wax, and I was gonna fucking dip a fucking couple candles in there and fucking make a new candle, right?
And then exploded.
No, like filling, just like not making a tall thing or anything, just filling the vase with wax, right? Like.
Yeah, but then it exploded because you had the
So I
glass
get
directly
down,
on the
hang on,
element.
the burner's on 1, everything's going fine. Fucking the very last chunk of solid wax, I was watching it fucking melt. I'm not touching anything, just looking at it. And it was almost done, like there was like a fucking quarter size fucking piece of wax left. It just about all the way melted, and then it cracked. I just heard it. And the wax fucking dumped out the bottom and fucking lit on fire. So like, it's on fire. The whole fucking, like, fucking 4-foot flames, man. Like,
Yeah, because you got a heated element driving the fire at this point.
so I fucking put the fire out with a fire extinguisher, I think, or maybe just dump water. No,
Okay,
it
what
wasn't a fire
state's the
extinguisher. I
kitchen
just
at?
dumped water on it.
So what state's the kitchen at now? What's the wood look like?
Dude, there's wax all over the top of the stove, in the burners, down the front, on the floor. Fucking, there's black fucking shit on the hood, and my mom's getting home in like 40 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's wrecked.
I get downstairs, I go downstairs and I get my brother, and I'm like, don't ask questions. We got fucking half an hour, let's go. I need help.
Correct.
And the two of us fucking cleaned that shit, and we had it fucking just about spotless by the time she got there, and she didn't know.
That's classic.
I ended up telling her what happened, but it wasn't bad because there was a little bit of smoke on the fucking vent still.
I remember being kids, my cousins poured a whole bunch of wax into a big pot and heated it up and melted it, and then it cooled down and we'd stick our fucking whole hand in it. and then you know you pull
Yeah,
it
you can
out.
cool. Yeah. You can actually super chill it, so it's almost kind of getting jellified, right? And you can still put your hand in it and just coach yourself. You can make a face mask out of it. Right, like crazy.
We didn't do that, but yeah, stick our hand in it. Yeah.
If you let the top layer like solidify a bit, right, you can literally put your face. And then like make a face imprint, and then you can do another wax imprint out of that, right? And then you basically like with a piece of plastic in between, right? And then you have like an imprint of your face to make a wax figurine of yourself. Lol, creepy. So if you need to escape from jail, you have one.
You could even make a wax imprint of your goat if you wanted to.
Well, I do that regularly. That's how you cast silvers.
Well,
Where are all the goats? Everyone's quiet. Zeno signed off, right?
yeah, I was watching this Joe Rogan. He's talking about these fucking UFC fighting rabbits. Q, why do you think they do that all day? Just bored, maybe? Like playing?
Well, because they're not super intelligent, for one thing, and then, but the instinct is just to fight the fucking other male to become the fucking dominant one, right?
Yeah.
And they're just the type of thing that they never submit because they're just dumb
Probably,
enough.
probably because they think that there's going to be a female there soon, even though there isn't at the
Yeah,
time.
there's females on the way.
It's fucking hilarious. They just end up fighting to the death. He said that one's ears were all mangled up, huh?
Pretty sure, yeah, that's what they're thinking. Like, rabbits just fuck all day, every day. Like, if you put them together with a female, like, they don't fight all day, they just fuck all day.
Yeah. Oh, that's so fucking funny. I mean, if you put two guys in a room like that and locked them up, and never let them out or fuck any bitches or anything, then I mean, we're humans, so we're more intelligent. We wouldn't do
That's what
that.
happened. My
You could get
ex-girlfriend that I
angry
was with
easy.
for 2 years, that's what happened. The first night I met her, we were with all her friends at the bar, and they were like, "What are you guys gonna do tonight?" I was like, "We're gonna fuck like rabbits."
Yeah.
And it worked. We did.
Don't you mean like Energizer bunnies? Ooh, battery girl. She takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
The best part of that story is I'll never forget. The look on her face when I showed her the pipe spreader.
But that was only a final alternative.
I didn't use it. It was just a joke, but
That made her ask you to take out your tool.
What did she think it was at first? Like a speculum?
oh, a pipe spreader is not the tool I'm thinking of. I'm trying to Google it, what it was.
That.
Was it a monkey wrench? Well,
uh, I think it's a speculum, dude. Is it that thing that opens their pussy up? That's what they.
I'm sure Q keeps quite a few sets of those on spare in his trailer, man.
Oh fuck! I'm dying, man.
Okay, it was a fucking thing with two handles, and you opened the handles apart, and then it had like a beak on it, and on the beak it was like 6 fingers. It's like when you put your hand with all your fingers pointed together, and then that opened up, like the fingers like
Oh,
came
it was like
apart.
a crevice. It was like a crevice retriever, where like you can retrieve something that's in a crevice, right?
No,
Like a gripper.
went the other way. It opened.
Oh, it was a spreader. It was the reverse. It was like it was
Yeah.
like a reamer.
What did she say when you?
Wasn't she didn't say nothing. She just her jaw dropped. We both laughed.
Oh, that's too good, man.
It was something like that. But those fingers fucking opened up like 2, 3 inches, like they all just fanned out.
She's like, oh my god.
It was literally like some kind of fucking torture device.
Like a robo dick. But yeah, like a torture fucking.
Yo, Q, remember how I said I thought I got pickpocketed for that grand at the dab bar? Yo, somebody here is like a customer and they're complaining that 2 bags are missing, and the staff are asking, "Did you put 2 bags away?" Like I'm guessing like duffel bags or like handbags or something. So right away, fucking, that's just sitting here overhearing somebody missing 2 different bags from like their entourage, just sitting area, like wrecked, fucking lifted. Yeah, I totally got jacked in this place last time. That was fucking wrecked.
Never did find that, hey, like in your car or something, fucking.
Exactly, that's the problem, man. And I never lose anything. I never lose keys. I never lose wallets, and I sure as fuck don't lose. I sure as fuck don't lose $1,000 out of my zipped pocket, man.
That's wrecked.
Yeah, and I was like selling personal like cameras and shit for that money. Like that was cherished cash. Like I had my eye on that, and then it was just gone. And it's like what? Like
I was with you, but you know it
what?
wasn't me. You fucking know.
No. It's like I no, dude. I was spending 50s and hundreds out of it on weed and shit. So, dude, like I would have gone to the internet cafe,
Someone
right?
saw
And
you fucking put it in that pocket.
yeah, people would have seen me spend out of it, put it in the pocket, and just like insta wreck. Just some dude lifted, just got lifted. Got the brush, right? Got the whatever, the touch up, the brush up, whatever.
Like, I mean, I've studied that shit. I know how it works, but it's not like I study that kind of shit so I can like guard against it, right?
No, so dude, the dab bar is wrecked, man. Dude, I'm already. I told you, somebody already got 2 bags lifted tonight. Like,
They
some
usually work in
handbags.
like teams of 2 or 3.
Well, they got like spotters. One guy like scopes it. One guy that's a spot. And then somebody that's the booster, right? So like the spotter doesn't get seen boosting, right? The spotter doesn't get seen. freaking like freaking looking out, right? And the guy who's a lookout doesn't get spotted spotting, right, or get spotted boosting, right? And then the booster never gets spotted
And then they
checking
hand
his
it off quickly to
scoping.
the other guy.
Exactly, yeah. And then there's a fucking back alley handoff, and then there's just some
Not
driver that
even
gets
back
it.
alley, like instantly, right after it
Yeah.
happens, they hand it off to. Even if they're accused, they don't have it.
Q, you know that's why women don't like tools, right?
I don't know. This one was different.
Well, that's the reason women don't like tools, and the link in the box there.
Oh, I didn't see the link.
It's why all women hate tools. Most of them. Dykes seem to like tools, so. Oh.
Have you ever seen the pair?
What?
There you go.
Gee.
I
What
had
the
a
hell would
theory
they-
that
What would they
even
do
though
with
it's
that?
spelled differently, like an apple tree can self-fertilize itself, so you can have one apple tree and you'll grow apples, right? But a pear can't self-pollinate, so you need two of them. And I thought my theory is that that's why it's called a pear, but it's spelled differently. But I still think the origin is the same.
Well, it has to be. It would only be logical if that's the case. So you're saying well, how does it get pollinated then?
By the other tree, like they can cross pollinate each other,
Oh, I see.
but they can't pollinate themselves.
Oh, that's a trip.
It's a genetic thing. Like you can't. It has to pollinate from one tree to another tree due to the genetics of the fucking thing. But an apple tree can pollinate from one flower to another flower, and it's just, on the same tree.
So a pear tree always has to be near another pear tree.
Exactly.
Well, where that's like the chicken and the egg. What's the first pear tree then? I mean, where do you? That's man. Well, you start with two now.
And ask me how I fucking know that. I don't know.
Well, you taught me something new, man. I learn something new every day. It's cool.
Well, why did the chicken cross the road to plant his pear tree at the pear orchard? Well,
Oh,
cute. So I got like blueberry rolling papers or like whatever, right? And So I'm putting all the like heavy Bubba Kush indica that's purple, like in the purple and blue papers, right? And then I got like light colored, like orange yellow papers,
Oh,
right?
I'm
And
not
I'm putting
completely.
like the light, yeah, like
Sorry,
color
go ahead.
coding this shit. I just like color coding the pre rolls.
I'm not full of shit. It's actually true. For a second there, I thought maybe I just maybe believed some bullshit that I fucking made up in my head, but no.
That makes you a scientist, a botanist.
How did I fucking know that? I don't even know,
Well,
man.
they can, but they prefer cross pollination, probably to keep the DNA, yeah, from. It keeps it fresh and vibrant instead of it just keeps inbreeding itself,
So
probably.
there you can. Now get cross-pollinating pear trees, but in general, they don't.
Oh yeah, it says most require. Right, right, right. I read that wrong at first. My bad. Weird, man. That is a trip, though. Yeah. Morning, Duke.
Duke Star, what's going down?
I gotta find me some food to eat.
Yeah, you're also about to spring out for some ramen out on the city, right? Oh shit. Pork cuts in that and shit.
Oh my god. In the city.
In the city.
Who sings that song? I can't remember it now.
Kind of cool when the guys downstairs own the newest dispensary in town because he brought me a gram of shatter for free.
Well, did you remind him? Did you remind him to give your friend your friend Marty a call about that whatever the fuck he wants to do?
I haven't seen him. He's like vanished. He just left it on the table upstairs
He's
on
a
the desk.
ghost. He got ghost shatter delivery.
Yeah.
Maybe it was drone shatter delivery.
It's like PCP.
It's Joe Walsh in the city.
Life's been good to me so far. My Maserati does 185. I
This is a
lost my
live.
license, now I don't drive. They say I'm crazy, but I have a good time.
Yeah, that's a good one. Watch that link in the box. Cute. The live performance by him is pretty good.
I've never actually seen that guy's face before. See, Tim, you learn something new every day.
Right?
It's weird when you hear the guy sing like fucking 500 times. In your life, but you never see what he looks like.
Did he look similar to how you pictured him, or?
No. I can't even say that I ever pictured it.
Yeah.
But no.
Hey, who's ready to tuck it? I'm gonna hit another pinner here.
Yeah, I'll cook it, Marty.
Word. Q, you get something stuffed? What are you doing? Doing the vaporizer or what?
Are you coming by? I'm about to go crash, man. I gotta work right now.
What? No, I'm talking about the simul token. Like, dude, I'm at the Vancouver Dab Bar right now. I ain't coming anywhere. I gotta do stuff in Vancouver. Yeah.
Oh,
I'll tell you what's going on here. I'll poke you.
okay. I'm ready.
Okay, hold on. I gotta poke you, and then I gotta tell you what's going on. I twist this.
That last Joe Rogan where he's talking about the goats, actually, I was watching the whole thing and I got about halfway through, but he's like a physicist. Well, he's not a physicist, but he knows a lot about it. But he describes physics, or like quantum physics and shit like that, in a decent way that you can kind of understand.
In that same interview, that long one.
Yeah. The one
I'm
with
gonna
the
have to
story about
watch the
the
rest of it.
rabbits.
That guy looks like a quantum physicist or something.
Yeah, he's talking about a bunch of crazy shit.
There, you have a poke explaining what's going on.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm actually going to be in Vancouver very frequently, like at least every 2 to 3 days, and as often as I need to, if you've got a right, like you know. I got banana paper. I'm gonna spin this up. We'll do this banana. You know what the fuck?
What about quantum non-locality? Q. Here, well, let's cuck it first.
No, that's right. That's like where the two fucking particles that are fucking very far apart fucking react simultaneously.
Yeah, quantum entanglement.
Yeah, they're here. Or there. They're there when you
Oh,
look
that's
at
the. Oh, that's the superposition principle.
yeah. When you look away, they're not there, but the electrons, once you look at them, they're
Oh,
there.
Yeah, the act of
that's
observing it
Schrodinger's
changes what
paradox.
happens.
You keep moving the what's it called, the physics goalposts, Sam. Okay, I'm closing up. Hold on. I literally got like, oh my god, like a dozen joints rolled here, just like in mass, like a joint assembly lines. This is awesome. I'm just like rolling all the shake, and I'm just shaking the bags more and rolling more shake, right? So I just have the biggest of nugs left in the bags.
Oh yeah, that's what I always do too. Smoke the shake first. No, I guess quantum non-locality is like where they've studied electrons, and when the electrons are not observed, they behave differently than when they're observed. Which is, it's spooky. Let me see if I can find an article on it.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like they shoot it through a slot, and then if they don't look at it, it's all scattered, and if they do look at it, it's in. Fucking pattern of bars, or it goes through one of them.
Yeah.
If you look at it, it all goes through one of them, and then if you don't look at it, it goes through lots of them.
Yeah. I seen a documentary on or YouTube, or this was years ago, but it's crazy stuff.
So basically, your reality is being created in front of you, right, at any given time. Like it's like one of those VRs that's only projected so far ahead. So the draw ahead distance isn't far enough, right? Like there's no like you're noticing where the draw distance of the simulation ends.
Right. Because you can see it far away, but it's blurred. It's like fuzzy, and it's like you can't tell. But then as you get closer, right, everything assembles, I guess.
Yeah, the block draw. It's like in Minecraft, you only draw like 10 blocks ahead.
Right. So and it happens for every person simultaneously as well. So it's yeah.
It's just the res. It's just the resolution, right?
Right. I mean, it's all talk about trippy. The fabric of quote unquote reality. Well,
Yo, Q. So they got really good herb at the fucking dispensary for $100 a zip now, and I mean really good, as in like it's actually good weed.
wow, 100. But dude,
Canadian. So that's literally like $70 US.
oh. Oh my god.
For a zip of like pink Bubba Kush that's just pink as fuck. Like pink.
Jesus.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You guys are so lucky.
Yo, Q. I learned that I know some guys that know some guys there. If you want to get like QP and P discounts, dude, like supposedly I can get prices on P. It's like super prices, like
Gee,
super.
that's what's up.
So cheaper than 100 an ounce when buying peas.
Elbows and footballs.
We should almost like, oh man.
What's a football?
Yeah,
I know what
business
elbow
line.
is.
Football's like a pound of weed, like, you know, in a turkey bag, like all nice and, you know, football shape. Toss it.
Yeah.
What was the first half of this podcast about, Q?
Like quantum physics and fucking just physics in general and.
Oh, okay. So the whole thing is about that,
No,
right?
the rabbit clip is literally like fucking. $2 minutes and then.
I'll just start it at the beginning then.
Yeah, the beginning's kind of like maybe it's first half an hour they don't talk about physics too much and then they get into it.
Yeah, right on.
this is the second time that I've seen this. China creates an artificial sun that's 6 times hotter than the real star.
But just for like microsecond.
There they go, trying to copy shit again. Trying to make their own goddamn sun.
Lol.
So it's a
Yeah, they're
fusion
infringing.
reactor?
They're infringing on God's patent.
Whoa.
Oh,
It's a fusion reactor?
Probably a research one, just like the ITER one in Switzerland or whatever, where it just like fires up
Designed
like
to
a split
replicate the
second.
process of the sun, so yeah, it's fusion.
6 times hotter. Couldn't that just like burn to the core of the earth?
they're like, we have made sun.
100 million Fahrenheit. 180 million Fahrenheit. 100 million Celsius.
Yeah, but for how long did it last? Like there's like pulse lasers where you just pulse something for a microsecond and like, oh yeah, like that's what it was, but like it was for a fraction of a microsecond. I get it? Like it was for no time at all.
Oh, this is in a fucking reactor. It's burning fucking.
No. So they have pulse reactors and all that. Pulsed. Like, was it how? Yeah, how do you sustain that for how long? Think about it. Usually that's just like a pulse. It's like a quick result. I don't. I'd be curious to see.
old record was 102 seconds. Doesn't say what the new. Well, at least I haven't got to that yet.
Hey, you got a link for that queue?
What's cuck ups? Well, what's up, cucks?
Damn, wonder what that shit's made of.
Wait a minute, I'm on Wi-Fi. I have a high bandwidth. Let's link on your clicks.
Yeah, I did.
want to be anywhere near that thing.
The article just does mention like a burst of energy, but look, I'm telling you, the way they do this is they focus lasers all on the same point. So they have like 6 or 7 different lasers, right? And they focus them all on the same point, and it literally causes like this burst of crazy energy. They contain it in like this magnetic field, and then it dissipates. But like, you could get out more energy than you put in, right? Theoretically, right? Like, even though like it's a burst, but then you could burst in, burst out, burst in, burst like you could burst, burst, burst.
Hey, you
So
see
you just
this?
like daisy chain it. Go ahead.
You see the related articles underneath this one? This dark matter hurricane blowing at 310 miles per second is on a collision course with Earth.
With Earth. Yeah, so we're gonna get hit by dark matter. Yo, let's look, click this. Yeah, we're gonna die.
Oh
Let's
shit!
look. Let's look. It's gonna be yo. It's gonna be all dark. Yo, get on your goat. Get on your boat. It's gonna be a zombie apocalypse. I'm lucky I got my goat.
Dawn of the Snowflake iGen smartphone is creating a mentally fragile generation of millennials that are less likely to work, have a driver's license, or go on dates. Rex.
Yo, proof. Smartphones making people into cocks. Look, no dates. That article says people that grew up on cell phones are more likely to be unemployed and not dating. So basically, like it's like a population control device.
Are you even mentally fragile, bro?
Dude, I'm mentally
Well,
disabled.
You know what I did, my nigga?
Sub-G.
I bought me an Akai MPCX.
Dude, that's crazy. Play it.
Do you even know what that is?
Yeah, it's a Kai sampler, man. Does it come with some banks? Play some shit.
Yeah, it's with yeah, it has some samples on it, but I have to download some more, you know.
Yeah, it's a sampler, not a synth. But it's got a lot of effects built in, right? So it's
Yeah,
almost like a synth.
it's like a complete workstation. You can sample, you can sequence, you can play, everything.
Yeah, it's for live PAs. You can do your crazy techno.
Yeah, that also, yes. Yeah, I have to get me some good samples, then I will make a demonstration.
Dude, the best one is get those full wave samples of the piano, the grand pianos, right? Where you have like the best Yamaha piano, and you just download it in there, and you have like literally like all the, you know how they sample every single different intonation, right? And then when multiple tones are struck together, they even sample that individually, right? Like it's like crazy. It's like they sample the reverb of like the wood and shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, I find that the grand piano samples are some of the best. Like, yeah, the synth ones are cool, but like the grand pianos, oh my god.
I mean, these sets are also like completely insane. You know, they like really get how hard or in which way you're pushing it. You know,
What do you want to use it for mainly?
making beats.
Okay, I bury like a bass head, like fucking techno, trip hop, industrial, some dark core shit. What are you doing?
Hip hop beats, you know,
Rotterdam.
my nigga. Rap
Okay.
beats.
So you're not doing any Rotterdam? Remember when that stuff was hot? Rotterdam. Lol. Do you remember
What?
Gabber? Do you remember Gabber? Gabber in Rotterdam.
What? What's that?
Dude, you don't remember Rotterdam techno? Like it's like 180, 200 BPM. Like they call it Gabber. Exactly. 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 Dude, you remember what was it? There was like the something masters. The cock masters or something. Remember, like there was like the beat masters, no, Euro masters. Yeah, there was the Euro masters. They were like a Rotterdam band, the Euro masters. Oh my god.
All I can say is this thing looks like a beast, man, nigga.
The answer to
Oh yeah. Those were
no,
big.
I don't remember.
Yeah, those are big. Dude, this is the late '90s rave days. This is like old school, man. This is when I was 18. Man, I'm so glad I grew up during raves. It was so awesome. Just taught you to be a badass. Just get hot. Drive like crazy distances, go meet friends online, right? Because we had like Pound Rave and shit, like on IRC chats and shit. We just like meet random friends. Like someone be like, I got weed, I got acid, I got shrooms. All right, let's go to this rave, meet all up. Like boom, right? My friends flipped a car over while coming back from a Detroit rave to Toronto, and they were all tripping on acid at the time. And the cops didn't find out, and they like flipped the car upside down. And then my buddy had like 7 hits, and he didn't want to get caught, so he ate all 7 hits or something right before, like, or no, right after the accident. So and he just started tripping. Everyone made it though. They had their stupid seatbelts. Crazy. Flipped it upside down. It was probably more like a tip where they just drove it into the fucking ditch and just flipped it sideways and shit. Was it like a multiple rollover? Okay, I've got the pinner ready that I'm actually gonna smoke here. I'm like just making cannons. I'm just making cannons back to back. This is terrible. Fuck, they're getting bigger and bigger. Yeah.
Where are you at? You sound like you're in a public place.
No, man, you're imagining. I'm not in a public place. It must be the schizophrenic voices talking to you in your head, man. You better take the medications, man. Smoke more weed.
I know that you're in a public place, my friend.
Not at all. I'm in a very, very private environment. I'm in my harem. Yes. Do you even harem on a yacht, bro? It's my boat harem.
Bro, you're at the homeless shelter where they give out like food for people in need, you know?
Dude, I give out semen to people in need. That's right. That's right. Yo, I might hit the volcano. They got a free volcano here. I'm just gonna hit the volcano. Boom.
Honestly, I also could like the soundboard on the NPC and then do something.
Do it, yo. You have to get. Will be like our groupie bitch.
Yeah, man, it would be a little fun, man.
I agree. It'll be fun to drug Zeno and take advantage of him at night. The music might be good too.